why doctors and hospitals can sometimes have millions of reasons to, let's say, delay or maybe not answer questions fully when it's suspected that a baby has a brain injury at birth. Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about that question. Why is it that in some instances, doctors and hospitals, they may have millions of reasons to, let's say, drag parents along, or as some parents tell me, not be so forthcoming about information? Now, this video is going to be a little bit longer than what I normally do because I'm going to connect a lot of dots together in this video to give you a better understanding of where I'm going with this. And before I go too much further in, I want to make sure, because of the type of video that this is, that you understand that not every case is going to be the same, that there has to be a factual analysis done, and that one case may yield one result, whereas another case may yield a certain result. All right, so when we are in general, when we're talking about brain injuries and we're talking about birth trauma cases, you have to understand that these cases in certain instances can be valued at millions. I'm gonna say that again, they can be valued at millions of dollars. And as a plaintiff attorney, someone who's bringing these types of cases, I know this, the hospitals, they know this, the doctors, they know this, their attorneys, they know this. So when I say that in some instances, sometimes doctors and hospitals, they have millions of reasons to do certain things, it is because a lot of times everyone involved in this, we know what the value of these cases can be. All right, so how do you go about proving something like this? Well, when we're talking about birth trauma cases, you have to remember that under Maryland law, you have to show that the treating doctor fell below the standard of care owed to you and your baby. And by falling below that standard of care, this is what has caused your baby's harm, the damages to your child. And we do this by using medical experts. So it's not just me saying, oh, I think that something happened, or I think that there may have been a birth trauma, mom. No, it doesn't work like that. I have to get certain medical experts to review the records, to talk with me about the facts of the case. And then they will look at it and they will give an independent analysis of what they see. They will talk about whether there was a departure from that standard of care and whether that departure is what caused your baby's injuries. Now, we're going to get back to that millions of reasons. All right, as we put these cases together, as a birth trauma attorney, I have to be looking at not only what's going on with your baby today, but we have to take into consideration the future challenges that your child is going to face. And this is where the value, or this is why these cases can be why the numbers can get so big. Because when we're looking at a baby who has a brain injury, that child is going to need certain things. Is the house that he's living or she's living in, will that need to be retrofitted? Will stairs have to be removed, or will the family have to be put in a ranch? Maybe they're living in a two-story house right now. Maybe a ranch is the better way to go because the baby may be need a wheelchair or a walker or something like that. So all of these things will be taken into consideration. The car, maybe the car needs to be retrofitted. Maybe there's going to need to be speech therapy or other types of medical treatment, equestrian therapy. What are we going to be looking at when we're talking about schooling for the baby as the baby gets older? So all of these things are taken into consideration, and they go to the value of the case. They will be put into what we call a life care plan. And that is how attorneys go about assisting children in cases like this. And so when I have a parent, I do a lot of these types of cases. And when I hear from mothers, one of the main things that we hear is, Mr. Boston, I don't know, I'm confused about it. It doesn't seem like my doctor is really telling us anything. They're not giving us any answers. The hospital, they're just leaving us out. And so This is why I'm shooting this video. I'm trying to help you to understand that in some of these cases that there can be millions of reasons as to why the hospitals or the doctors are giving you a hard time. Now, before I close this video out, I want to make sure that you understand that, like I said before, not one size fits all when we're talking about cases like this. There has to be an independent analysis that has to look at your case and has to put the pieces together for your case. So why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because I'm giving you insight into this process. I talk to mothers, like I said earlier, I talk to mothers and I talk to families, and a lot of times when their baby has suffered a brain injury, they are concerned. The doctors may not be telling them a lot of things, or in one instance we had a mother that said that the doctors, they told them that it was a genetic issue, and when they got a second opinion or when they started digging a little bit deeper, the child didn't even meet the criteria for this genetic issue. And so I'm trying to help you get some understanding and some insight into this process, because more than likely, if you are watching this video, your baby has probably suffered a brain injury and you are concerned. You're worried about these challenges. You're worried about how you're going to pay for certain treatment. You're really concerned about these things. If you have all of this going on and you would like to speak with me further, this is what I invite you to do. And remember, taking this next action, it costs you absolutely nothing. And what is that action? To pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832, or if you prefer, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer birth trauma and birth injury questions just like yours all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law at Boston Law Group, LLC, and we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.